In the haunting town of Black Hallows, an American city in Ohio famous for kids' disappearances, John Hayworth lived a life gripped by despair and loneliness. His world was shattered by the relentless hands of fate, leaving him adrift in a sea of solitude. His father's abandonment at the tender age of 10, his mother's untimely demise in a heart-wrenching car crash, his once loyal friends finding new circles to embrace, and the heartbreak of his beloved brother's mysterious disappearance 7 long years ago. All these losses had culminated in John's soul becoming a barren landscape, a haunted realm of isolation and heartache. Seeking solace from the darkness that clung to him like a ghostly specter, John Hayworth found himself at the doors of the Blossom Clinic, where he unburdened his heavy heart to the empathetic Dr. Jennifer Blake. But as he bared his soul, the echoes of his loneliness seemed to reverberate through his scarce ability to socialize and communicate with people, leaving Dr. Blake struggling to reach out to him effectively. In this dance of sorrow and misunderstanding, John's heart could no longer bear the weight of his desolation, and he abruptly left the clinic. He sought refuge in the dark cocoon of his small, run-down house, where the walls seemed to close in, trapping him in his sad prison. Just as despair threatened to engulf him, a flicker of hope appeared on his phone, an anonymous text that promised him an opportunity to find purpose again, like a lifeline thrown from the abyss. Intrigued and desperate for meaning, John followed the cryptic instructions to a place that held painful memories, the St. Germain's Church. This old, wrecked sanctuary had witnessed the last meeting with his estranged father. As he approached, a figure materialized before him, dressed in a somber gray blazer and adorned with a black hat. The stranger, he called himself, an enigmatic presence that defied the boundaries of reality. But this apparition was no mere illusion. It was a projection, a messenger from a realm unknown. The stranger spoke with eerie familiarity, revealing intimate details of John's life, the haunting absence of connection, the gaping void where meaningful relationships once dwelled, and the gnawing ache of living without purpose. He spoke of his brother lost to the clutches of the mongrel, an evil creature that feasted on young souls, sustained by their deepest fears. As suspicion danced in John's eyes, the stranger disclosed that he was not the puppeteer orchestrating this grim play. Instead, he was but a player in a grander scheme, serving a higher power, one with unfathomable influence. The stranger sought John's assistance in overthrowing this hierarchy, urging him to become the Spectre. Though uncertainty clawed at his heart, John was cornered by the circumstances, and with no alternatives, he reluctantly consented. The stranger bestowed upon him a daunting task: confront the mongrel and retrieve the cruel that held the magical potion known as the Sorrow, a potent elixir that promised to reshape his very existence. Armed with little more than determination, John embarked on a treacherous journey, guided only by the scant information provided by the stranger. He revealed where he could find the mongrel, the pit, an abandoned and chillingly foreboding place teeming with the darkness of centuries past. John starts to sift the building until he notices an old altar in the dungeons of the church. At the center of it, there was a black box. John opened it, revealing a small stone with ancient symbols on it. John could tell that the key emits sounds. He took the stone and left the church. With the stone emitting otherworldly sounds in hand, John descended into the abyss of the pit, his heart pounding like a booming drum in his chest. The air was thick with foreboding silence, and he clutched the stone tightly, its eerie resonance guiding him deeper into the murky depths. As he ventured further, the unsettling noises grew louder, bodies dragging, teeth clattering, and eerie murmurs echoing through the darkness. Suddenly, a menacing presence manifested before him, the mongrel, a monstrous embodiment of terror draped in darkness and malice. Fear surged through John's veins, and he instinctively recoiled. The stone slipped from his grasp, clattering to the ground as he turned to flee. But there was no escape from this nightmarish creature, and it pursued him relentlessly. In the face of this relentless horror, John's past traumas resurfaced, each memory a shard of pain that burrowed deeper into his soul. The mongrel's venom took hold, and he relived the moments of loss and heartache that had shattered him long ago. Amidst the turmoil, a spark of realization illuminated his path. The only way to confront the mongrel was to face his fears, find strength in vulnerability, and let go of the weight of his past. As he unshackled himself from the chains of despair, the stone blazed with a vibrant red glow, a testament to his newfound resilience. The mongrel recoiled from the surge of inner strength emanating from John, and the stone's fiery aura entrapped the evil creature, binding it within its confines. John triumphed over his demons, and the once terrifying beast was now powerless. The stranger reappeared in that moment of triumph, a silent witness to John's metamorphosis. The stranger offered him the sorrow, the magical potion that promised to alter his life irrevocably. Hesitation lingered, but John knew he had nothing to lose. Gripping the bottle, he uncorked it and swallowed the elixir in one gulp. An indescribable sensation surged through him, a mingling of euphoria and trepidation as he awaited the changes that would envelop him. Emerging from the pit, the once lost soul named John Hayworth was no more. He was now something new, something more. The Spectre,